Polish M44 Carbine. This is something I just picked up recently. I had the one carbine. They had the name scratched in it, and I did a bunch of videos with it. And somebody come up to me and said, "Hey, do you buy old military guns? I got this gun, I want to sell it." And just unexpectedly out of the blue, I got a much nicer upgrade to my collection with this Polish carbine here. Now the gun's been refurbished. I can tell by the wood. The stock's mismatched, and if you look closely up in here, oh, I can't see it that way. You can see where there's been some sort of repairs to the lower main stock. So I'm saying this is Arsenal refurbishment. I mean, the bayonet locks up tight. It does have an import mark on the bottom, down in there. But cleaning rod, bayonet's present. It's got the little metal tab in the sling slot there. Standard rear sight, 1952, Circle 11, which is the Polish plant in Radom. And basically your M44 carbine. The bolts force matched, like most of them are. So this is probably an Arsenal rebuild in the 70s maybe. The floor plate serial numbers match up. Like I said, the stock does not. Real nice blue, really excellent bore, and it's slugs. I slugged the barrel 312, so it's real good. The other one I had slugged something like 314, so it was a little bit, the groove diameter is a little bit oversized. So this one here is really nice. See, just a wooden slot there. So it's a real nice upgrade to my collection. And basically, when you collect, that's what you do. You know, if you find another one that's in better condition, you know, you kind of go for it. And then I sold off the other one. So it's how we keep the collection going. And also, can't see it, but this gun is counterbored. Now, I believe the M44s were all counterboard. And why do you ask? Because I had a Chinese one that was too. Well, here's the explanation. You see the bayonet there? We all know how the bayonet works. That one's real stiff, getting it over there. But as you look, when you fold this over, it is spring-loaded. And you can, it's difficult for me holding the camera. It is cut to where you can rock this over into place. So when you're fixing and unfixing your bayonet over and over again, see if I can catch this. Nah, it's stiffer than hell. But you can just push that over. You don't want your muzzle crown up there, because that's a lot of wear and tear on there. So these guns with this folding bayonet are counterbored deliberately. That's how the gun's made, I believe, to protect the muzzle, because you're going to constantly flip that on and off. You're going to wear that. So if you had like a normal gun where your crown was up at the very end of the barrel, it could damage it. Plus, using the bayonet thrusting, so this thing's counterbored back a ways up to where the front sight is. And a Chinese copy of the M44 I had was like that too. But that's the reason why. You can see that. Anyone who has one of these carbines or is familiar with it knows that. You can just push that up in there. This one's real stiff. Oh, here we go. Just like that. And there you go. That's why it's kind of counterboard and doesn't have a normal crowner on the muzzle there. So that's my quick look at my new acquisition here, something new. We'll take this out, put some rounds through it, weather permitting, when the weather gets better. But just a neat old gun, and these rifles came in the country years ago, a long time ago. I forget how long the guy said he had this gun, like over 20 years. So this is, they're, you know, now there's nobody importing them. They're hard to find, and you're going to pay if you want them in this condition. They do pop up every now and then. I was lucky to get this. So don't email me and go, where'd you buy it? Where'd you get it? How many they got? They don't. This is just one that popped up out of the woodwork, out of the blue, and made an offer and got it. Doesn't happen every day. Probably won't for a long time. All right.